Hello and welcome to my channel. Now the wild camping has begun. As you can see, I am in my tent and let me show you the view that I've got. Let me show you the view. Let me see, how do you open this thing? How do you actually open this? I don't know how to get out. So let me show you. Let me show you the view. Yes. I'm actually in my garden, so the wild camping hasn't truly begun. Sorry about that. So no, the wild camping hasn't truly begun, but I have got my tent and I am just having a little practice in the garden, pitch the tent, and it did only take me 10 minutes to literally pitch this tent, which is what they said on the actual review for this tent. And it's the Coleman Darwin 2, one of the cheapest, one of the best budget tents you can get apparently. So remember, I am doing this on a budget because I might not even enjoy doing it, but it will be an experience. So I'm doing it all on a budget, and I've got some other bits and bats that I'm going to show you. So let's go inside, which is not far, it's just over there because I am in my garden. So yeah, let's go inside and have a look at what I've actually got. Now let's have a look. Oh, let me just tell you, when I opened the tent just then, I set it up in the back garden earlier, and I just zipped up the outside of it and not the inner lining. When I went in, I got the shock of my life. There was a cat in the back of it, frightened the blooming life out of me. So I don't know how I'm going to go on the moors on my own. I'm frightened of a cat. So now I'm going to show you what I got today, some extra things, and I'm aiming at getting my backpack because that seems to be quite an expensive thing, and I'm not too sure of the size that I'm going to need. I'm only ever going to stop out for 2 nights maximum. Now I've got a sleeping bag and I'm doing this all on a budget. I can't stress that enough. I'm not going for the top-notch equipment, but I'm kind of going for the best of the budget. And I got Yellowstone Essential Envelope, and that looks like a pretty decent sleeping bag, and I think I'll be able to compress it a little bit more on the outside of the backpack. And talking about outside of backpack, I realized today by talking to someone in a like one of these outdoor shops, very expensive shop, I think I can do better online. She did give me some very good advice, and she mentioned putting things on the outside of your backpack, then the backpack doesn't have to be as big. Now I almost bought a 65-litre Berghaus backpack. Looked absolutely amazing, just what I was after, brilliant quality, and it was £130, and that was kind of in a sale on Amazon. So she's been talking about putting the tent on the outside, separating the poles, and putting the fabric in the other side, balancing it up. Is that good advice? What do you think of that? And she's got me down to like a 35 litre backpack, which is absolutely brilliant because it's a more usable backpack when I'm not actually camping. I'll still use that for just normal hiking. So is that good advice? I've got my tent, and that's the Coleman Darwin 2. Coleman Darwin 2, you saw that outside. Here's a little picture of what it looks like. Brilliant tent, looks all right. Best of the budget tents apparently. So what else did I get? I have got some I've got a bladder for carrying water. There's about 2 or 3 litres of water in there, and that all folds up and all goes into a nice little case, tiny. So I like that. I want to keep this as small as I can, and I want you to help me out with my first experience in this wild camping, because I think I'm going to like it. I think I'm really looking forward to seeing how I feel when I'm on the moors somewhere out in the middle of nowhere, all on my own. So I also got one of these. Actually got 2. So that gives you a clue. Maybe first time I might not be on my own. It's pink. Maybe Sheila's coming. But yeah, I got them, fork and a spoon, all in one. Who's genius? So I got that. They were £1 a piece. I also got some like flamers, kindling for starting a fire. And I'm not wanting to use gas. I'm not wanting to use gas stoves. I want to try and keep it as wild camping as I can. So starting a fire, and I'll be cooking using these mess tins. Got two mess tins. They nest inside each other, and I can keep all these bits and bats inside there. So that's only taking up that much space in my backpack. So the mess tins were pretty cheap. To light the kindling, I got a striker. This is pretty cool. This is all new to me, by the way. So yeah, you just, let me see, can I do it? Yeah. Brilliant. So I should be able to light a fire using that. It also says it comes with a emergency whistle on here as well. Let's hope I don't have to rely on that. For the stove, I don't want to use gas, as I've just said. I don't want to use a gas stove. So what I got was one of these. It's a logger wood stove, and you put all your stuff down there, start it burning, and put your tins on top. Put your mess tins on top. Yeah, that should be great. It packs down just flat and actually goes in underneath there into the biggest one and that on top. So it all fits nicely in there. What have I got? I've got a bladder for water. I've got my striker, so I don't need matches. I've got some kindling, got my mess tins, I've got my stove, and I've got some utensils for eating. And the food that I'll be using will most likely be like the beans and sausage that you can get in sachets from these camping places. Might even be able to get that online. Can you get it online? I don't know. It's a good question. Let me know in the comments section below. Can you get that food online? Have you any recommendations for me? And I know you can get dry stuff, a bit like the pot noodle style, but apparently a lot better. So I'm going for that sort of thing. So I'll be able to boil water and make that up in the mess tins. And of course with the other, you just warm it up straight in the tin. And some of them, I've been told you can just eat them cold as well, which is absolutely brilliant. So that is it. The wild camping is on its way. So if you've got any advice for my first experience with the wild camping, please comment in the section below. I need all the help I can get. Am I going to come a cropper? Have I forgotten something? Am I going to end up on the moors going, damn, I really need this? So I'm sure I'm not finished yet purchasing things, but I'm trying to do it on a budget. So I don't want to be buying really expensive stuff. And I'm only ever going to be stopping out for a maximum of 2 nights. So I've enjoyed having this little chat with you. Just thought I'd touch base with you, let you know what I've been up to and what I'm aiming at. So if you've enjoyed this vlog, give me a like and of course consider subscribing. And until the next one, bye.